Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Crash Course Studio. Welcome to the show. So, gotta be honest, I don't have a lot of time to make this recording, but the card that was just leaked is so big that I was like, I can squeeze it into the schedule somehow, maybe, so let's jump into it. So, first up, let's talk about the cards that were actually spoiled, then let's get to the spoiler quickly. Glyph Elemental, a 2/2 elemental for 2 mana and white, bestow for the exact same cost. Landfall, whenever a lander's battlefield under control, you get a counter on this. And of course, if this is bestowed to the creature, it gets a counter on this. It gets +1 for each counter on Glyph Elemental. So, yeah, I mean, I guess a landfall deck could consider it potentially, but more so probably Enchantress is what's going to be considering this, because typically in Enchantress, you're also usually in green, meaning that you also get a lot of land ramp too. So sure, if you've got like Enchantress and you could, I mean, there's a couple commanders out there that like to be Enchantress but also have a good amount of power, consider this one. Moving on, Hydra Trainer, a 1/1 human warrior for 2 mana in green. When you exert it, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, target creature gets +X/+X till determine X the number of counters on permanents you control. Wow. Okay, 2 and a green, adapt 2. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, yeah, in a Hydra deck, that could be an absurd amount of pump effect, essentially. But yeah, just for like any kind of +1 counters build, that's got to be an absurd pump effect. So yeah, that seems really good. Again, total number of counters on permanents you control. It could be any kind of counters. Charge counters, +1 counters, minus counters, I guess, too. -1 counters. Anyways, moving on. Kozilek's Command. Kindred instant Eldrazi for X colors. Choose 2. Target player creates X 0/1 colors Eldrazi spawn creature tokens that can be sacrificed for 1 mana each. Target player scries. I've never seen scry written in that way. Scries, I guess that would be it. X then draws a card. Exile target creature mana value X or less. Exile 2 X target cards from graveyards. Are you in a colorless deck? Yes. This is a good card. Are you in an Eldrazi deck? Yes, this is a good card. If you're not, I mean, again, like, so maybe I overestimate the difficulty it is to cast, colorless, but I think it's decently difficult for most decks out there. I mean, if you're running like every single talisman, sure. There are certain lands that can obviously the filter lands also tap for colors as well, but I mean, it's a good effect being able to like basically like instant speed ramp. Like, again, this is basically instant speed ramp before your turn. Yeah, I mean, it seems good, but also, again, does your deck have enough colorless sources to actually cast this? If so, yeah, consider it. Moving on. Nirkborn Hydra, a 0/1 Hydra for X and a green. Bestow, so you can bestow it for 1 green mana more. Reach, trample, enters battlefield, X counters on it. Enchant creature gets +1 for each +1 counter on it, has reach and trample. Enchantment deck again, Aura deck, Hydra deck. Yeah, those are pretty much it. X spell, tribal, that kind of stuff as well. Moving on, the Hunger Tide Rises. The first, second, and third are make a 1/1 black-green inside creature token. The fourth one is sacrifice any number of creatures. Go ahead and search your library and or graveyard for a creature card mana value less than or equal to the number of creatures sacrificed this way. Put on the battlefield. If you survive this way, shuffle. Kind of like a delayed tutor in a way that makes a good amount of creature tokens. What exactly is this for? I mean, I guess if you have like a creature token go wide strategy, yeah, this could definitely help. If you got like token doublers, that kind of stuff as well, that'd be very nice for this. Outside of that, like, are you really willing to wait 4 turns for a tutor that might go off and might not go off? Maybe I'm underestimating this. I mean, tutoring is very powerful, obviously. If you've got proliferate effects, you can utilize it. Insect Tribal definitely wants it. Sagas, yes. Next up, Hydra Slam, instant for 3 mana in green. Put a counter on target creature you control, then each modified creature control deals damage with its power to target creature you don't control. Seems like overkill. But, yeah, basically just get a counter on something and take out 1 creature. Interesting. Yeah, I guess when it comes to decks that want to utilize it, ones that utilize a lot of modifications, and ones that care about, yeah, I don't know, counters. Next up, Cryptic Rebirth. Instant for 4 mana. Turn target artifact in Rakdos. Turn target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It's going to deal damage equal to that card's mana value to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Interesting. So, again, instant speed, zombify. That's really good. Again, for artifacts or creatures. Only your graveyard, though, not your opponent's graveyard. So that's the limitation there. But yeah, being able to also kind of turn that into a removal spell, too. Again, for most likely a creature. Yes, a planeswalker, too, potentially. But in Commander, typically creatures are more so the targets or more so in play. So yes, being able to take out something with that, quite nice. Okay, here we go. So the reason that I am running around right now to try to make this episode is because I got to talk about Ugin's binding. Okay, this is a leak. I will include the leaked image at the end of the episode, if I remember to do it properly, please. Actually, I mean, this is the leaked image. It's just zoomed in, I guess. So there you go. You can see the thumb in the bottom right. So you can determine if you think this is real or not. I hope it's not. Instant for 2 and a blue. Devoid. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. If it stopped right there, that'd be very terrible. It does not. Whenever you cast a colorless spell with mana value 7 or greater, you may exile Ugin's Binding from your graveyard. When you do, return each non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Okay, so this is Cyclonic Rift for free out of a graveyard when you meet that requirement. That's just basically it. This is a free Cyclonic Rift. For a deck that has, again, yes, it needs to be specific, but colorless spells with mana value 7 or greater, Eldrazi, essentially. Or, yeah, if you've got an artifact-centric deck, you probably have, I mean, not you probably have, but you might have, again, some 7 mana or greater. I mean, there's obviously ones that have, like, affinity, or ones that, like, reduce their cost based on, like, you know, number of attacking creatures, whatever, the Stone Isle Statue, whatever that one's called. Metalwork Colossus. But yeah, the Eldrazi. This is just free Cyclonic Rift. And sure, you can say that, well, you got to get in your graveyard first. It's like, okay, so paying 3 to bounce one thing, that's not very efficient, sure. Or you could surveil it, or you could discard it, or you could tutor it in your graveyard, or you could mill it. There's a lot of ways to get in your graveyard. And casting it's not that big of a deal, obviously. You still get something out of casting it. I really hope this isn't real. I don't think we need another Cyclonic Rift. Personally. Again, I get the argument's going to be like, well, it's not for every deck, obviously. And it's like, okay, well, sure, but the effect is just obnoxious. It's just an obnoxious effect. It's just, okay, everyone else might as well just scoop and the game might as well be over. Like, the game's not always over when someone Cyclonic Rifts, right? But typically. Yeah. I don't like it. I hope this isn't real. I really hope this isn't real. I mean, am I overreacting? Let me know in the comments below. From what I've seen on Reddit, doesn't seem like. I mean, obviously people on Reddit overreact as well. But seems like consensus is this doesn't need to exist. And that's just kind of the thing these days with Wizards and, like, kind of just the way that things are right now is that they maybe print things that, to many, aren't ban-worthy. But also, like, some things that just don't need to exist. Like, did we need an Ulamog that has Annihilator X based on the number of counters on it? No, we probably didn't. Is it ban-worthy? Probably not. But, like, does it need to exist? Does this need to exist? I don't think either needs to exist. You're obnoxious, Wizards. Boo! Boo! Stop it. Okay, yeah, I mean, I got nothing to say about this. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this one. So yeah, again, apologies for this somewhat haphazard, really quick episode. But yeah, I could not talk about Ugin's Binding because I really hope this isn't real. Really hope this isn't real. It looks very legitimate though. And yeah, you decide for yourself again. I guess we'll see in spoiler season if this actually ends up being real. Again, fingers crossed that it's not. I don't think the format needs another Cyclonic Rift. I don't think it needs one Cyclonic Rift, personally, but I don't think it needs two. Yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this. Stay tuned to this channel for more exciting quick takes, spoilers, leaks, whatever is coming up and coming down the pike. Did you know that, like, the original phrase is coming down the pike? Not coming down the pipe, but coming down the pike, like a turnpike? But many people, it's also now also a phrase to say coming down the pipe because so many people had said it incorrectly so long. Interesting. So yeah, little fun fact for you right there. You can use either these days. Anyways, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.